Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. One Piece. Yeah. I did 12 days of anime, that's uploading as we speak. Didn't do the One Piece chapter review. And then some verses. I laugh jokingly because I'm starting from the top of the list, the first four. Never know. Ooh, I got a cough. Anyway, but that's later. Right now, we got One Piece. This was chapter 693. This was actually very good. I thought, you know what? 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Not 5 out of 5. That would be too much. I thought the ending was set up very well. I actually like that. Now that they're ready to get out of there. And they're ready to get out of the laboratory, the whole thing. And the ending really sets it up well. And I don't want to say that this is like almost like a thing with Dragon Ball Z, you know, now it's going to explode. But no, it's similar to that. So, yeah, but I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. Yeah, let's get into the summary. Beginning part, we have General Franky. Come on, Franky. Going up against Baby 5 and Buffalo. Big props. I'm giving a prop. Big shout out. Buffalo and Baby 5, man. Oh, man, these two? There's something special. I'll tell you right now. Especially Baby 5. I was like bugging. I was bugging out when they were fighting Franky in this chapter. And I'm dead serious when I say this. It's no joke. So, like I said, we have them. And the chapter's called Die For Me, so you get the gist of what it means. And then we have Franky, you know, going up against Baby 5, and like I said, and Buffalo. And, you know, he's doing the whole general left, general right against them. And then they're wondering, Buffalo like wondering why he's suddenly shooting at us, and so on and so forth. And, Baby 5 is trying to figure out what he is. Is he a pacifista? Or is he, you know, he doesn't recognize, she doesn't recognize Franky. So she and Franky are basically fighting back and forth. She's shooting all her weapons and stuff. And Franky does this thing called General Shield. And Baby 5's like, so and tiny, you know, and stuff. And this is when it gets really interesting. And I mean it. Like, really interesting. Franky throws a shield at her. At Baby 5. And, it's like a shield boomerang. And it's really, she's calling it lame and everything. And then, that's when Baby 5 does what she calls, weapons morph. She can turn into weapons. Like, literally. And she does this move called Espada Girl. Which I find kind of funny. Because Espada, hello? But it's not really meant to be a pun. But Espada in Spanish means sword, so that's the story there. And she turns into a sword. And it was so cool, Baby Buffalo taking her and then just using his spinning ability and just going, he does this thing called Dasuyan, and he's just going all out on that. And then she morphs again, does another weapons morph, and Buffalo's basically saying, your master's order was of top priority. and they do something called spinning cannon missile girl. She literally turns into like a missile or a bomb, and it goes right at Franky, and I'm like, damn! And it explodes. Hopefully Franky's not dead. I don't think he is. They shoot it, and then it hits him, and there's a big explosion. And I was just like, oh my god. And he's like, what are you going on about? What is this about Caesar? And then there's an explosion, and we go from that to Caesar, and he's basically he's saying it can't end like this, blah blah blah, bullshit. And he's saying, well, at least I still have a souvenir from Law. Law gave Caesar Smoker's heart. So he's suggesting that if I go down, Smoker is going to go down. Yeah. Which is kind of weird in a way. So, and that's what he's basically saying in that moment. And then we go back to the Straw Hats, I believe. Yeah, we go back to the Straw Hats, and we got Law talking to Luffy, and basically Luffy's telling him, no, we're not going to leave right now. We are going to wait until our Nakama get here, you know, so on and so forth. And Nami's assuring Sanji and the others that Franky should be okay, and so on and so forth. And then we go to Brook, Chopper, and Usopp. Chopper's got Mocha on a stretcher, kind of, and sending everyone in that direction through the gate. And that's pretty much what's going on. It's going to close, and then we see that they're there, and they go through the gate, and pretty much that's what happens there. Now, and the place is going to collapse. So let's get the hell out of here, you bastards. You know, and Luffy's on high and everything, and then we get that scene. Then we get a little concerned with Brook. Oh man, I love Brook. He says, "What's she doing about Kinemon-san?" And we see that Monosuke knows that's his father, and there's like a kind of a moment there of all things. And then we go into Monet. And I was just thinking about King of Lightning. He says, oh, Monet was going to be a part of the crew. Not happening. That ain't happening. I see a better chance of Baby 5 becoming part of the crew. So, yeah. And pretty much, she's talking to Doflamingo, and apparently Virgo doesn't seem lucky, but I've sent Baby 5. He's just telling her this, that he sent Baby 5 and Buffalo to retrieve him. And saying, here's the thing I don't understand about Monet. The thing that gets me. Like, what is Doflamingo to her? She calls him young master and everything. And I'm like, this snow bitch. Go melt it in the sun. Because it seems weird that she calls him young master. And I'm just wondering the connection there between Monet and Doflamingo. Because I think the connection that she has with him is much different than Caesar has with him. You know, I just think it's different because she said young master. And he's saying you endured so much for my sake, so on and so forth. And then he says we're gonna wipe the floor with these fucking rookies. And then he's saying that that weapon that destroyed the first and second research laboratories 4 years ago, use that. There's another switch of it in the laboratory, and it'll turn everyone into fertilizer, pretty much. And except for Caesar, who's immune to gas, will come in handy. The switch is located. And then Monet saying, you don't need to say anything more, Joker. I was playing from the beginning. And then she basically, you know... And then he says to her, I'm sorry, bring it all down with you, die for me. And she calls him, you understood, young master. And he says, Doflamingo's parting gift is the resolution of his subordinate that doesn't waver even in the face of death. Which is kind of stupid because it's a shame that Zoro didn't just finish her completely and that she survived. I'm like, you're cut in half. But she's a Logia, so, you know. But that's pretty much what happened in this chapter. 4 and 5, I thought it was solid. Baby 5 and Buffalo. I don't think Franky's dead. I don't think so. That was a big explosion, but I think he's fine. Now, they're on their way out of the laboratory, and Caesar's on the island. Now, supposedly, Doflamingo's idea is that Caesar's going to survive because he's made out of gas, so it doesn't matter for him. But Monet is probably going to die, and Virgo is probably going to die. So it was like one of those things where it's that, you know, Namek's going to explode kind of thing. That was the whole bit that everyone was thinking about with winning this chapter. But I thought it was a good chapter. I liked the whole thing with Baby 5 and Buffalo. Really, I liked that. That was awesome. She turned into a missile. She turned into a sword. I was like, wow. And with his combined spinning fruit ability to throw her down there and to use her as she was a sword, I thought that was pretty fucking interesting. But this was a good chapter. It's setting us up for probably next week and the following week to see how things are going to turn out, see if Luffy and the gang can get off that island before it goes boom. But like I said, Caesar is if it does explode and they are able to get out of there and like jump in the water or something, then they're gonna have to like do something with Luffy and everyone else though. Oh, the devil fruit users. But if they manage to escape the explosion somehow, then you got to figure that that's going to be a disadvantage to Doflamingo. And I think that from this point on, when this explosion happens, after it happens, I want to say that this is steering towards a showdown with Doflamingo. I think that's the next island they're going to go to, De La Rosa. That's the next island they're probably going to go to. I just have a feeling about it. But tell me what you guys think. Overall, this was a good chapter. I like the setup at the end. I like Baby 5 and Buffalo in this chapter. I thought it was very interesting and crazy as fuck. And I'm just wondering, you know? Die for me. That's like, come on. Monet. So stupid. Push the button. And it blows up. But it's got that whole kind of mentality, this chapter, at the end, with the whole explosion thing. You know, I dig that. That was really set up very well. So overall, this was a good chapter. So, and that's all I got for you guys. So yeah, this is Bonkai 922. Tell me what you guys thought about this chapter, about the setup in the end. Comments below, rate, comment, subscribe. You know the story. Like I said before, versus, I will definitely do them tonight of set 2. I look forward to that. This is Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. Espada girl. That's all I gotta say. See ya.